Welcome to Escaping Purgatory, a podcast where we rewatch Supernatural then talk it through in hopes we can finally escape this show.
Join us each week, leave comments on upcoming episodes, and together we can escape Supernatural Purgatory.
Hello.
Hello.
The one thing about this episode, I don't like the very last ending sound. I thought it was strange and unusual. I don't know.
Oh, right. I completely forgot that happened.
Why? No. And the clown winking at you? No.
Yeah.
No, we don't need this in our lives. Especially with like the Terrifier and American Horror Story clowns out there.
Yeah.
No. I'm good. Thank you.
I've been told that as a small child I was scared of clowns, which is, I wouldn't have expected this considering my second birthday party was a clown theme. And my mum was like, oh yeah, I used to be terrified of clowns, but we decided to have a clown birthday for you. Why? Why would you do this?
Yeah. No, I don't think I've never had a fear of clowns. Like, they just, meh.
Yeah. Unless the party was where I developed the fear of clowns. I mean, I'm not scared of clowns now. They're just like...
people in makeup.
Yeah. I think the thing that makes people uncomfortable is sometimes they involve you in their act. Like, I don't want no audience participation. No. Thank you.
Nope, I'm here to be entertained, not to be in the entertainment.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I guess it's just like covering your face with like the act of clownery, as in like the things that they do, I think should continue. But I feel like the makeup, that needs to go. I feel like that's rooted in some kind of racism that just we can let go of now.
You think so? I don't know. I don't think clowns are too bad. I don't think many modern clowns go full makeup anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so. Think so. Like the things that they can do, as in like the juggling, the tricks, the whatever, like all of that's really, really fun. But like just the white faced pointy, it's just like if you took a picture and reversed the colors, are you minstreling?
I see what you're saying. I got you. Yeah.
I know that they were probably, I don't know the history of clowns, but yeah, I feel like it was just like, okay, well, we can't do this, so we're going to do this instead.
I don't know. What is the history of clowns? Let me Google it. History of clown makeup.
So, okay, one quick question.
Yeah.
So we're doing season 7, episode 14, Plucky Pennywhistle's Magical Menagerie.
Mm-hmm.
On Netflix, they called it Magic Menagerie.
Oh.
It wasn't magical.
Someone did a typo.
I think so. I'm going to go grab my box set or do you have your box set there?
Yeah, I have it. I'm pretty sure it's magical because that's what they call it in the episode.
Right, that's what I was thinking too.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. It's just weird that I saw it said magic. I was like, wait, I thought it was magical menagerie. It makes more sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does make more sense. Magic is... that must have just been a typo in Netflix, surely. Well...
I think so.
Good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is my dyslexia coming through and being like, just dropping letters. Even there.
Yes, I do that too. So, I don't know if you said it. Did you say who this was written by?
No, I did not.
We haven't introduced episodes, to be fair, have we? Let's do that.
I just did.
You just did. Okay, sorry. So this episode was written by Andrew Dabb and Daniel Laughlin, directed by Mike Roll. And Annabelle was saying just before we came on that this felt like an earlier season's episode, and I agree. There was something about the directing and also the tone, I think, of it.
Yeah, and just I think in general, it's just like Bobby's not in it, so he's not like helping them with the case, so they're doing the research on their own, and like we've already had a clown episode which is in the recap, which is from season 1. And I don't know, it was such a simple episode.
Yeah, it really was. Like,
and it was just nice.
It was a straightforward case. They brought back some of Sam's trauma for laughs, and it was like lighthearted enough that it is funny, you know.
Yep. And I honestly think Jensen broke in this episode when Sam comes over with all the glitter all covered in him. I don't think that's not Dean. That is Jensen all the way down.
I thought the same thing. I was like, that's not Dean's laugh.
No. I was like, that's literally like convention, smile, laugh, everything. 100%. And I wonder if like Sam just showed up, or Jared showed up on set, and they were like, all right, go.
Yeah.
And like, that was the first time he saw it, so he was just like, he knew what his lines were, but he couldn't get it out as Dean.
I agree. Like, that was my favorite. To be honest, that's my favorite scene of the episode. I think that last bit. It's good. I like. It was just. I think it was just a nice break from the tone of this season. It's all been a bit dark, and like
it has. Yeah.
Dean wants to, not be here anymore, and Sam's brain is broken, and Cass is dead, and now Bobby's dead too. It's all been very dark. So it was a reprieve, I feel.
a reprieve by confronting childhood fears.
I mean, yeah, it was pretty. There was something also very I don't know if Mike Roll did this on purpose. I wonder if he has ever directed X-Files, but this episode felt really X-Files.
It did, yeah.
It's almost like they put the grain back over as well from like season 1 or 2. Mm-hmm. There were some moments where I was like, yeah, why is this so grainy? It looks good.
It does. It was also an interesting choice to use the 24, like the show 24 clock thing as well. I'm not entirely sure what that was about.
I made the same note. So yeah, that several times this episode they have like a clock that comes up, and it's got the same noise as the TV show 24, which I guess if you're a little bit younger you might not remember that show. But it's basically, what's his name? Kiefer Sutherland.
Yes.
And he's
Jack Bauer.
Yeah, he's Jack Bauer. He's like an anti-terrorist guy or something. I can't remember. I've never actually watched 24. And the premise of the show, which was like new at the time, was that it was in real time. So every hour of the show was like an hour of real time that was like happening to them in the story. And they had the same like doot, doot, doot noise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that they've used in this episode for seemingly like no reason other than to make that joke that when they cut back to the now.
Oh yeah.
That's right, the only reason I could see that they bothered having this clock.
Yeah, I guess they wanted to like, instead of just doing their usual like 26 hours earlier or whatever, they just wanted to do like a different version. I know it's actually 60 hours, but
I think,
or like 3 days earlier.
I think it was an excuse just to watch Sam get his like ass beat by clowns like several times in the episode.
Yeah.
Because they fully milk that. Like that fight scene is so long and it gets used so much throughout this.
It does.
And the only like real reason for cutting back and forth is to show this time skip, which is there for no reason. So I think that's the only writing decision was like, look, we really want to get Sam getting beaten up by clowns, and we want this to take up at least a third of the episode.
And like honestly, like you said, laughing at Sam's pain, because it's too hard to laugh at Dean's right now.
Right. We've forgotten that Sam has like hell trauma. It's fine.
Right.
Do you think, like, his reaction to clowns was quite visceral? Do you think that Lucifer ever used clowns to like torture him in hell?
I mean, he must have, right?
Right, he must have.
Like, is messed up enough to do that, but at the same time, I'm like, Sam has so much other stuff that he could like fodder to use that like, is clowns really big enough? But honestly, like it is.
Yeah, it so is. That would have been like level 1, I feel. Level 1 torture in hell. Mm-hmm. Getting chased by clowns. This is nothing new. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think with that, let's get into it, shall we? On the subject of running away from clowns.
Let's do it. Let's do it. And shoo it. Okay. I don't know what that was, but there you go. So, it starts off with Dean talking with Frank, saying, when was the last time that you slept all night? And then it's got like a montage of Dean like killing a whole bunch of things and then sleeping with the lady from last episode, which I've already forgotten what her name is.
Me too.
Lydia? No, it's not Lydia.
Yeah, it was Lydia.
I don't know.
It was Lydia. It was totally Lydia. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I was like, it couldn't be Lydia because Elisa, but they would do that. They would do that.
It's fine.
Yeah. And then it goes straight into, like I was saying before, like I think it's season 1. I think the reason why this episode feels so familiar is because I'm pretty sure that episode that they showed in the recap is basically the exact same plot line, because it was like ghost clowns.
Yeah, I genuinely, I was watching the recap and I was like, I have no recollection of watching another clown episode.
Me too. Like I remember, like seeing it, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this episode happened.
Yeah,
but don't ask me what happened in it.
I don't remember it doing, a podcast about it.
I know we definitely did, because we've done all of them so far, but like, it must be season 1, because it was that like far back. It must be
100%. It was Oh my god, I don't remember what happened in it. I don't remember why they were clowns. Like how
they were in a circus. And again, only reason why I remember that is because looking at the whatchamajig, the recap, and they're in like circus setting. But other than that,
yeah, there was like a mirror maze and stuff. Oh,
was there?
I feel like there was. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I remember. Yeah, I think I remember as much as you, which is wild.
Yep. It was a filler episode.
100%.
Then after that, it cuts into so at the end of that, Dean. Like, Sam makes fun of Dean for being afraid of flying, and Dean says, well, plane crashes, and Sam responds, apparently clowns kill. So I was like, ha ha ha. And then it cuts straight into Sam running like a bat out of hell.
Yeah, I mean, it does, as well as they did change up the title card for this episode too.
They did, yep.
They did.
We haven't got there yet.
Are we not?
Nope.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. I'll shut up. Continue.
No, you're right. You're good. It just says now, and we're on the run with Sam. He like ducks behind a car and starts like giving himself like a pep talk.
Yeah.
And, like,
it's okay. They can't hurt you. They can't hurt you. If it bleeds, you can kill it. Yeah. If it bleeds, you can kill it.
This is what they say about the Leviathan.
Right. Aww.
He then like looks over the top of this car, and he then sees this like clown with like gnarly teeth and eyes.
Yeah.
Following him and like laughing, and then like he starts to run away again, and the clown like runs after him in a clown way.
Right? I know what you mean.
You know what I mean by that, right?
Yeah.
Like high knees, exaggerated arms. He then gets into like this car garage where there's some thing like that. You see there's cars in the background, and he's putting stuff up against the wall, and suddenly the clown just like pushes the door open, like nothing could stop him.
Yeah. And
then he turns around and there's another clown.
Horrible.
And awful. Again, also like these blackened teeth, and it's just ew. And then we get a special title card where it like splotches in like glitter.
Yeah.
And then like even the supernatural title is all like glitterized as well. But then eventually like bleeds to black.
Yeah. Foreshadowing. The glitter.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So, as we said, it then cuts and has like a 24 style clock of like 60 hours. It's so hard to like your brain to think about that time. I feel like, because I was like first of all, it's like 60000, and I was like, okay, how long is that? Is that 60 days? And then obviously it like starts ticking down. You're like, okay, that's the seconds. Fine. Also, I'm like, how long is 60 hours? Because it's like 2.5 days.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. It was such a choice. It was such a choice.
It really was. Yeah.
And we see Sam, you know, now he's leaning up against a car or whatever, reading a newspaper instead of running away from clowns.
Mm-hmm.
They like pan out and you can see Dean in a phone booth and he doesn't look very happy.
Nope.
He's just like making a face. It rings and he answers. He's like, "Hello, I am the Eggman," which is clearly some kind of code word that he's made up with Frank. He's complaining about you having to use a payphone. He says like, "Come on, I'm getting a clap off this thing, just touching it," and like saying, "You know, yeah, I know there are Leviathans everywhere. Fine. You know, some actual intel on Dick Roman would be nice." And then he just like puts the phone down without realizing anything, and how like as he walks out, like dust off his hands. I do like the return of like germphobe Dean.
Yeah, because it's like on his shoulder, like lapel kind of thing. It's just like, ugh.
But like we've seen him use payphones. I think since the dawn of the mobile phone was during Supernatural. So like they used to use payphones way more, and I think when maybe he didn't have to use them as much anymore, he just started to avoid them because they are disgusting.
Well, and also when payphones were largely in use, they were relatively, I would say, more clean because more people were using them for actual phone calls rather than using them to like have a piss in.
You say that, but how many phone booths did you use? Because we are old enough that I've definitely used more payphones. How many have you used that didn't smell like pee?
That's true. No, you're right.
I used to reverse charge the call. You know, you ring the operator and like, I need to ring home. Reverse this call. And I once remember I must have been about 10 years old, and I had a purple Velcro wallet, which is so 90s. I mean, this was probably like early 2000s, and it was covered in like purple fur. And I left it on top of a payphone, and it had like £5 in it. And when I went back, and I left it, it was gone, and someone had stolen it.
Of course it was. Of course.
Yeah. A clearly child's purse. Yeah. That's my only real memories of payphones. I'm both glad they're out of use and also kind of sad because there have been situations in my life where like a payphone would have actually been really useful.
I think that there should be some kind of public phone just in case.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's enough people around with mobile phones that like if you need help you could probably get, but like you don't talk to people anymore.
Yeah, so true. Oh, gosh, I would be mortified asking anybody to use their phone. It's like, no, right? It would have to be an absolute emergency. Like I've broken my arm or something on the street, that kind of emergency.
And even in that situation I'd be like, can someone else just call emergency services?
You do it. Because I don't know how to use people's phones. I'd be standing there like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to use your phone.
What is this?
Yeah. Anyway, that's my
payphone
stories.
Tangent.
Dean goes out to talk to Sam, and he's like, I hope he finds something quick.
This whole protocol du jour thing's really creeping my cheese.
Which is not a saying. It's not a saying. Creeping my cheese. Never heard anybody say that.
Nope.
So this is like the premise for this episode of like being a filler episode. So like we don't have any information, so I guess we've got nothing to do in the main plot. Let's go on an adventure. Sam says,
"So we got dick on dick?"
Like smirks. I see Andrew Dab leaning into the dick jokes.
Yes,
in this season, and surprisingly to me, they bring up the last episode.
Yeah. I mean, it's very, like, this is the only time it's ever going to be mentioned again, so I think it's just like a
one-off. Because he asked if they have anything on Wonder Woman, meaning the Amazons, from last episode, and Sam's like, no, they're definitely gone. But he holds up, like, the newspaper and says, I might have found something over in Kansas. I did not realise this episode was in Kansas until right now.
No.
And Dean's like, okay, we can do it, but like a few rules: no babies. Sam like smirks. He's like, in fact, no baby mamas, no bars, no booze, no hot chicks of any kind. And Sam's like, wait, did you just say? And Dean interrupts him. He's like, well, look, you spawn a monster baby and see how quickly you want to dive back into the pool.
Is this the way that they get him to stop drinking from the rest of the season?
No.
The fear of having another child?
I think this is the way he doesn't have sex with women anymore. Because I was starting to think about it. And I was like, are there any other times from now that Dean ever hooks up with anybody?
Not on screen, I don't think.
No, not on screen. I was thinking, I was like, wait, no. Because all of season 8, he's basically in purgatory. All of season 9, he's like busy doing other things. I mean, I guess it's implied when he's a demon. But like,
right,
that's different.
That's on screen.
Yeah, right. So I was like, was the Amazon the last time he hooked up with a woman on screen? I'd be interested to know if that's true.
And what's kind of funny about that though is that he has a lot of more relationships with men after this. So like Purgatory is with Benny.
Yeah.
Then it's with Crowley.
Yeah.
Then it's like, I mean, there was a whole thing with Amara, but that never happened.
Mm-hmm. It was so weird to me.
And obviously then it's Cass again. I mean, Cass is always there, but like,
yeah.
And then you have like when he becomes a dad. No.
Yeah.
Nothing happens because then his mum's around.
Yeah. They unsexualized Dean at some point in the later seasons, I feel. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, the pendulum swings, I feel, at this point.
Yeah, he says no chicks.
Right, no more chicks. I mean, maybe we'll be proved wrong. Next episode, he'll like hook up with some random woman. But like, I feel in this moment, I'm right. Okay, so they go to a morgue to investigate this case. So we've had a time skip. They were in Idaho and now they're in Kansas. I don't know how close those are. My geography is not good.
Depends on where in Idaho.
That's so true.
They could be up by Washington, like at the very tippy top, and like bordering Canada, or they could be all the way down by, I believe, Wyoming is one of the states. Which also, anyway, yeah, no, they're not close.
They're not close. So it's been a little while. They've gone to look at this guy, and I really like the makeup effects on this. I think it was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. He has like sucker marks all over his body, and as it sort of pans above him, you can see that there's one across his stomach, particularly that's like in the shape of a tentacle.
Yeah,
I thought it was really interesting. So Sam and Dean are pretending to be FBI again. And Dean says, oh, those are not the fun kind of hickeys. And Sam says, so you're saying an octopus did this? And the doctor is like psyched. He's like, this is so cool.
Yes.
So he's like, oh, not just any octopus.
Based on welt diameter, enter octopus dofleini.
And for those of us who skipped the inter-octopus class,
Giant Pacific octopus.
And Sam's like, well, aren't they rare around here? And I was like, oh, isn't Kansas landlocked?
Yep. That's literally, so Lebanon, Kansas is the middle of America.
Like,
so
really no octopuses. So the doctor's like, yeah, it clearly was an octopus, or like maybe it was some kind of freak fetish attack. Someone created those hickey marks, then bled the man out, and he like turns his head and he shows like a big bite. Which I assume, because it never really explained what this is, was the octopus biting him.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was a vampire octopus. I think it might have just been a vampire octopus. Because that's what they call it through this whole episode. And
I guess we never get to see the drawing that the kid did to know, like, if it... But, I mean, as a kid's imagination, so why not?
She does one on the pavement, though, and I'm trying to remember if it had fangs or not.
Oh, yeah. No, it looked like just tentacles.
Yeah. Anyway, so they're like... they walk out, and Dean says, did that look vampy to you? And stuff like, yeah, no question.
So what are we looking for? An octavamp? Vamptopus?
And they agree that that's like crazy, but they're going to go talk to his widow. This scene in her house is so season 1. Just the framing of it, the way they're sat sort of opposite her and to the side. Yeah.
And also like the really awkward questioning.
Yeah, but have they learned nothing?
Nothing.
So this woman is called Mrs. Harper, and they ask her the standard questions like, did the house feel different? Like cold spots, smell anything weird, sulfur? And she kind of takes it in her stride. She's like, no. You know, did he have any enemies? He asks it in a really weird way, like skeletons in the closet.
It's like, no, he didn't have any literal skeletons, Dean.
And Sam's like, okay, anything can help. And she's like, well, you should ask Stacey. And they're like, who's Stacey? And they're like, oh, she's our nanny. Any other questions? That's clearly a sore subject. So they just leave. It was really awkward. Like, and as they go out, they like sort of swing back and say thanks for the hospitality, which had no reason for them doing that. But as we follow them out the house, you see a young girl at the top of the stairs watching them leave. So outside the house, Dean's like, Mum, Dad, Nanny, boy, that's a love triangle right out of Casa Erotica. I haven't heard that in ages.
Yeah.
So they think it's the wife, like she was jealous, but can't understand how she could summon an octovamp. So Dean says, one of us has to go talk to the naughty nanny, and the other one needs to stay here and shake down the place, see what we're dealing with. And Sam's like, okay, I'm on the nanny, because he's thinking at the beginning of the episode, you said no hot chicks.
Yep.
And Dean just gets in the car and is like, no, I'm going, and we don't know she's hot.
No, we do not. This is, I think this whole exchange is why it feels like a season 1 episode.
Yeah.
Because like, it's just tired, right? The nanny sleeping with the husband.
Yeah.
And just their attitudes towards it.
Yeah, they really have like regressed in some way.
Yeah, and that is one way to describe Daniel Laughlin and Andrew Dunn.
Yeah, they do in a particular way. And it's very familiar to later seasons because they are showrunners, like Andrew Davies is the showrunner in later seasons, that you see this kind of humor come through as well, which is not, it's okay. It's just different.
Yeah, and like I said, it's just tired.
Yeah, I had fun. So Dean goes to see the nanny, and I think you said at the beginning, like she's dressed like the early 2000s in like is she wearing like a peach crop top or something?
It's like a pink top with like, but it's like one of those really super tight ones with the buttons at the front, which mean nothing, and frilly. It's really like, and there's like low-rise jeans.
Yeah, the low-rise jeans are a dead giveaway that she's dressed out of era. So Dean is questioning,
and of course she is hot.
Oh yeah, she is hot, of course. And also she looks like probably too young, I feel, to be anywhere in Dean's remit at this point.
Yes, I think so too.
Early 20s. So he asks how she knew the deceased. And she's like, I don't know, it's just normal. And she mostly dealt with Deborah. He asked about the night that he died. She's like, yeah, he was working late, so I stayed with Kelly, who's the daughter, and she was pretty upset. So it seems like nothing's going on between the guy and the nanny, to be honest. Just the way she's like talking, it's pretty obvious that she's just a nanny.
And it doesn't really make sense that Deborah would have an issue with Stacey if Deborah is the one who's always in contact with her.
I guess it's the suspicion that they were in the house together when he died, presumably.
I guess so.
But we needed her to get this information because clearly her parents wouldn't know. That's the whole point. They're like bad parents.
Yeah.
So she explained that it was her birthday party at Plucky's. And he's like, that sounds familiar. And she's like, yeah, Plucky Pennywhistle's Magical Menagerie. It's like a pizza chain for kids. She's like, actually, more for lazy parents. So her dad showed up for 5 minutes, then he went back to work. And her mum was out of town. And so a kid told her that her folks did really love her. And she freaked out. Like, I was calming her down for hours. So they basically didn't turn up to her birthday party, which is
like the worst.
Worst. And her dad was there when he was working. I don't know.
Yeah.
And Dean asks if she noticed anything weird at the house. And she's just like, no, not really. Except that Kelly has a weird thing about closets. She thinks there's a monster in there, like it drives everyone crazy. Back on the street, Dean rings Sam and explains that they need to talk to the daughter because she was mad about her dad for ditching her birthday, so it might be that angle instead. And Sam's like, maybe a birthday wish gone wrong, which I was like, it's such a crazy thing to say, but they deal with all this stuff all the time, so it's just like, anyway, it could be related.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's not really outside the realm of possibilities.
Absolutely not. It could be anything. They're dealing with gods lately, you know, like it could be anything. So Sam's watching the house and he sees Kelly is like drawing on the front of her house, like the path with some chalk. So he decides to, well, he's going to go up. But Dean says, like, can you get to her without tripping the Amber Alert? And Sam's just like, I'll try.
So he's not going to abduct her. Calm down.
He's just outside her house. It is weird though. I mean, to be fair, I guess he's an FBI agent. His mum has, her mum has met him, but it's still creepy to go talk to a kid like randomly in the street.
Yeah, and also you're not supposed to do that as a federal agent. You're not supposed to just like interview a child. So
that's also true. Yeah, you're supposed to have like a guardian there.
Yeah.
So this girl is clearly drawing an octopus on the path. I can see it as he walks up. And she's like, I know who you are. You're the guy who talked to my mum. And you suddenly hear her mother calling her from the house. So, you know, time is limited. And she says, you know, my mum will get mad if I talk to you because of what I told the police. And Sam's like, what did you tell the police? And she says, I told them I tried to warn my dad that the monster would get him. And then her mum comes and like calls her in. But it does this like, once she's gone, it does this pan up of like Sam's feet up his body so he can see the chalk picture on the path, which is an octopus. It does have teeth and angry eyes. This was the shot to me that felt very X-Files, like the music over it as well. Like the I don't know. So the last scene before the break is nighttime. There's a man running. He's wearing a dressing gown. So he's clearly, you know, come from somewhere where he didn't want to be outside running. And he's like constantly looking over his shoulder. And you can see he's being chased by like a horse. A white horse. And he jumps over a fence and he like breathes on the other side of the fence. He's like, oh, I got away. And he's like, oh, fine. And then he just gets impaled through the fence, through his chest by like it's clearly a horn. Like you can see it's this terrible CGI horn, but it's a horn.
It is, yeah.
So he dies. And then over the fence we see that it's a unicorn that's impaled him. And it kind of we get this little like shimmer of light up the horn, like ding, anime style. And it kind of it does like it rears up and goes like nay, and then runs off. And as it runs off, like rainbows shoot out of his butt.
Yeah, it was kind of lazily done. I don't because like it's not this horse's tail or unicorn's tail.
Yeah,
but like it should be.
Yeah,
but they didn't want to do anything with the actual tail of the horse, so it's just like. It looks like bad clip art which I get it because it's kids drawing, so it's not supposed to be good, right? But at the same time, just like lean into it being bad then. Like not this sort of middle ground of like,
My real question here is, which kids is afraid of unicorns?
Have you not seen The Last Unicorn? I
have watched The Last Unicorn. But it's not a scary film, it's just a sad film.
But like, okay, actually, I take that back because it was the skeleton with the red eyes.
Yeah,
freaked me out for years, and the giant bull that was scary.
It's been a very long time since I watched The Last Unicorn.
I love the soundtrack of that movie. Oh god,
let's name movies that freaked us out as children.
Okay,
The Black Cauldron, which is a Disney film, has no rights of being a Disney film.
It was so good though. Oh my goodness. For me, it was The Last Unicorn. I can't think of any other ones just because I'm like, oh, the beginning of Beauty and the Beast used to freak me out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What, when he gets turned into the beast?
Yeah. And he like scrapes the portrait of his face and it's all dark and creepy. Yeah.
I name one The Secret of Nim. It's about lab rats and that mouse's husband definitely dies.
No. Watership Down.
Traumatizing. The Land Before Time, when his mother dies.
Oh God,
Littlefoot.
I can't watch that now.
No.
I can't watch that now. I mean, I couldn't watch it then, but I definitely can't watch it now.
No, it's horrendous.
I mean, I feel like a lot of the movies that scared me, I'm not really afraid of anymore, so I can't really think of any others. Or I've just like blocked them out.
There's also Fern Gully, which has a really scary oil monster, which I feel like is voiced by Tim Curry. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
That never frightened me, actually. That one was... I can't... Thing is, okay, so I've tried to watch that movie 3 times in the last sort of few months.
Mm-hmm.
The main girl, fairy girl, pisses me off. Like no end. So I can't get through it, which is really annoying because I want to hear Tim Curry sing Toxic Love because that's a great song. Well, it's not a great song. It's a great villain song.
Yeah.
But I can't get there because and not even Robin Williams as the Bat can get me through it because the Bat's story is also really fucked.
Yeah, it's real sad. Like, honestly. Yeah. But my favourite movie of that era as a child was Thumbelina, which wasn't a Disney film. It's made by the same people who made like Anastasia. You know, all their like male leads have that same floppy hair. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. Is it Don Bluth films? No, that's from Arrested Development.
Oh, you know what? Did you ever watch the Little Mermaid TV series?
Yes. Loved it.
The main guy in that with the weird like mustache thing.
Yeah.
He was freaky.
He was freaky.
But like I think he's a hear me out now.
Yeah, maybe. Wow. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of Disney cartoons like that where you're like, yeah, that was scary, but actually now you're like, hey.
You know?
Yeah. But yeah.
Let me have another look at this.
I saw a Hear Me Out cake once and it was like the gargoyle from Fantasia 2000.
I mean, his nails, the way he presents them.
Yeah. 90s kids movies were wild. I'm surprised most of them got through the censors because some of them were really, really messed up. I mean, I thought that Rasputin from the Anastasia film was really scary as well.
His bat made me like him. That's the only reason why.
But he was mean to his bat. The bat was cute.
He was.
Anyway, what a tangent. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So we come back from the break, and it is now written now. Because Sam is getting his ass beat by these clowns. He kind of gets away from them a little bit, pulls out his gun and says if it bleeds you can kill it, and he shoots the second clown and it just like explodes glitter. So I mean technically it did bleed, it just didn't bleed blood.
Leviathans don't bleed blood and they can kill them yet, to be fair.
Yeah, right. And then they start to like just go to town, and they're both laughing while they're doing this. It's just pretty horrific, to be honest.
This kid's so beat up as well. I feel so sorry for Sam in this. But I do feel like some of this was cathartic, you know? Yeah.
Though for how much he was getting beaten up, like his makeup at the end is like really not that bad. Like he gets headbutt, he gets hit by like a wrench or a tire iron. He gets hit by a lot of things, and like he has a little bit of a cut on his forehead and like maybe a little bit of a busted lip.
He's God's second favourite son, you know, like he's kind of treat that much.
Unless it's like his brother.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. Actually, I think Dean has caused more damage than these clowns did.
Yep.
Yeah. Wild.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we're then back at the park and it's daytime and we see the timestamp now of it clicking down and it's 36 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like 36:08 all the way down to 4. I don't know why they're picking these particular times, but
just random.
Yeah. I wonder if someone's checked them to be like, okay, how long would it have taken them to get from Idaho to Kansas? And then
absolutely not.
Anyway.
Absolutely no one did that. They just made these up.
They did. Yeah. They absolutely did. I also can't do math to tell you. It's like 24 hours has passed since we started.
Okay, fine. That's an amount of time that's appropriate.
I guess. I don't know. Dean is there being FBI. They understand that it's a horse and jumping over the fence, but what rammed through him, the best thing that they could figure out, it was something large. He's like a lance. And then you see, I guess it's the wife of this man who's standing near the ambulance. And the officer says to Dean, it's sad. Lady's got to pull her freaking 8-year-old out of school and tell him his dad's dead.
Yeah.
So Dean goes over to the woman and she's like, I need to go. And she's like, oh, quick question. Was it your son's birthday? And it's Billy's birthday? No, why would you ask that? It's like, okay, never mind. And then she turns around and says, but his father did take him to a friend's birthday party yesterday. And I was like, oh, that's kind of a lot of birthdays. But then I realized this is like a place like Chuck E. Cheese. So I'm pretty sure they have like multiple birthdays every single day.
I assumed it was Kelly's birthday party that he went, it was her party that he went to.
Oh, yeah. No, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Yep. You're right. So Dean calls Sam and Sam is in the hotel room. I love all of this next little section.
So great.
Because Dean asks, do you remember the chain Plucky Pennywise? And Sam is like, no. Why would you ask me these things? And Dean's like, really? Could have sworn you loved those places. It's like, no, dude, I hated them. And he kind of paces as well during all of this. He's you can tell he's not having a good time.
Yeah, tense.
Yeah. And he carries on, says,
you would dump me and go trolling for chicks.
It's not like I left you in jail. I mean, those places are supposed to be fun.
Fun? They're lame. And they smell like puke, and the ice cream is all grainy.
He started off this conversation by saying, no, he didn't remember Plucky Wise.
Right.
This is a lot of details you remember, Sam. Dean's very dismissive. He's like, all right, don't have one of your episodes, okay? They kind of get back on track with the case and say, I'm just saying I hit a dead end with this whole wishes gone wild thing. Both kids were at Plucky's day of, so why don't you go check out the local Pluckies and ask about this Billy kid? Sam doesn't want to do that.
Look, man, why don't I just wait for you to get back?
No can do, hermano. I'm on my way to talk to little Billy.
Why don't I talk to Billy right now?
And this is when it clicks for Dean. He says, wait, this isn't about your clown thing, is it? He's like, what? No, Sammy, no. He's like, yeah, what in the world did they do to you? So Dean is like, all right, you know what? Never mind. Just know that 99.99% of all clowns can't hurt you. And if it bleeds, you can kill it. So this is where he was he was acting like a big brother at this moment, which I thought was really, really sweet as well.
Yeah.
He hangs up the phone and Sam's whispering it to himself, if it bleeds, you can kill it.
This was so not true though as well. I was thinking of all the monsters that don't bleed. So there's Leviathans, angels don't really bleed. I mean, they kind of do.
They're vessels,
but they also don't.
Their grace bleeds, I guess.
And they do. Cass has got punched in the face before, right? And has had a bloody nose. I don't know. There's a lot of creatures. Ghosts don't bleed.
True. That you are right. Ghosts do not bleed. Yep.
It just seemed like a weird advice from monster hunters.
Yeah, that's very true.
I I guess the interpretation is that Sam's hatred of clowns comes from the fact that he had to spend so much time at Plucky Pennywhistles. So it's this specific clown that he's scared of.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So Dean is fully responsible for that trauma. Well, John is too. We'll blame John first.
Yeah, because he dumped him on Dean, and Dean wanted to go do whatever he wanted to do as a teenager.
Yeah, because he's a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do wonder. Because, like with most things, like these chains sort of evolve over time.
Mm-hmm.
So in the 90s, what did Plucky Pennywise look like versus what it looks like in the 2010s?
Think how creepy Ronald McDonald was in the 90s.
Right. Exactly. Or like Chuck E. Cheese as well, I've mentioned as well. He's way more approachable looking now.
Yeah.
Though the animatronics are still the old ones, because obviously there's a lot of money to try and update them. So they look like the old ones.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't appreciate it, to be honest.
Yeah. It was probably a bunch, like, I mean, so when he walks into the building, because he hypes himself up to go inside, there is a clown there that looks like it's just been like a skeleton animatronic, like Halloween thing.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine that's what all of the clowns look like inside before. So yeah, that's terrifying.
That's an old clown. Yeah, don't like it.
Sam walks up to he has to walk past a whole bunch of clowns. He's very afraid. Clearly very afraid.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets greeted by a man named Howard, who's very enthusiastic.
Yeah.
If they had pins, his shirt would be covered in them.
Yeah.
Because he loves them, but they do not have pins in this place. Because he says, "Welcome to Plucky's, where all your dreams are good." Such a weird phrase.
Yeah.
Sure.
I guess they probably couldn't use "Where Your Dreams Come True." Is that not a Disney copyright?
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah. But like, what kind of dreams would you have at a circus?
I don't know. It's just a weird choice. It's so jarring in the wording. I don't know. There's something really off about it.
So the other movie that freaked me out as a kid is We're Back, the dinosaur movie where they come to life.
Yeah, oh my god, it just unlocks a childhood memory.
Because they run away to join a circus.
That's true. Yeah. There are a few. There's also All Dogs Go to Heaven. I love that movie. It always made me cry every time I watched it.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And there's also a movie called Help, I'm a Fish. Traumatizing. I've
never seen that one.
They straight up just murder their villain. He's just on screen gets murdered. Yeah.
Okay. Not the Disney fall off a cliff.
If you've never watched this one, it's what? So it's about a little boy who gets turned into a fish, right?
Uh-huh.
And I can't remember the first, but there's a villain fish who wants to be human. And the bit that's traumatizing is the fish finds out a way to turn human, and he starts turning into a human, but obviously they're underwater, so he just straight up drowns. But he's half transformed into a human, into this kind of mutant fish human thing. And it's just awful. Yep.
Cool.
I think I only watched that one once, and I was like, I'm not watching this ever again. I must have been probably about 8 years old.
God, he looks like Dr. Facilier, the evil... I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
His little horrible face thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, why would you do that?
Right?
Oh, anyway. Sorry. I don't even know where that came from, but anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, because I was thinking, what clown circus creepy movies?
Dinosaurs.
Anyway, yes, that was my thought process. Sam just asked for the manager, while, also being super awkward.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking around, and this woman and a young boy walks by. The woman's name is Libby, and the boy is named, I cannot remember.
Well, he's her son, right?
Yes. Yeah. I want to say it's Chuck, but it's not Chuck. It's definitely not Chuck.
It's fine. There's a young boy who's the son of an employee.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And the mother is saying, look, can you just sit here, for 3 more hours, just finish your homework. And he's like I can concentrate in here. Mm-hmm. He's a really obnoxious little boy, and I was just like, I don't really like you that much.
Oh, I feel sorry for him. He's like a little latchkey kid.
Yeah, but like, I mean, Dean does sort of tell him to like give his mum a break, but I don't know, just his tone of voice.
Yeah.
Just the entitlement of it all.
I guess so. Nah.
Yeah. Why she couldn't take him and sit him in the manager's office as well. Like, it's just, I mean, it's one of those employer places where it's probably not all that great for single parents, which clearly she is.
Yeah, she's probably not supposed to bring him, and she probably has to. So the agreement is that he stays out there with the other kids. I reckon that's probably it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, more likely. So Sam then turns and sees this wall of like placemats, mm-hmm. and it says, draw your worst fear and Plucky will make your fear disappear. And there's like various different monsters and things about, mm-hmm. and where there's like people's names, a couple of names are, the picture's missing, and one of them is Kelly Harper, which is the girl that we saw earlier.
Yeah.
The manager then walks up to Sam and says, real beauties, huh? We rotate them out once a week. Kids loving having their art on the wall. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, why not have kids draw really fun stuff rather than like your fears?
Yeah, Sam does call this out, I think, or maybe it's Dean. I think it's Sam. Because like, this is such a messed up thing to get kids to draw.
Yeah, it's literally right here. Yeah. Like, she says, draw your fears. And she kind of explains it away as basically like one of those like pop psychologists came up with it, and like management jumped on it.
Yeah. Sounds right.
And it's very corporate, mm-hmm. like, we're going to do something for the kids, which doesn't really help the kids.
Decided by someone who doesn't have children in a boardroom somewhere.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep. And she's like, facing your fears now so it doesn't affect your adulthood. And it sounds like, yeah, I've heard of that. And there's like a clown walking by. Yeah. He gets into the case that there was a kid named Billy for a party. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh yeah, the conniption kid. And he's like, conniption? It's like, no, not him. He was fine. It was his dad. He pulled him away before cake and presents, and I guess the kid asked to stay for like another 5 minutes, and the dad just had a full-on frontal douchebag and started screaming. Just embarrassed for the kid. Mm-hmm. Just like, oh yeah, that's the worst.
It's the worst.
Yeah. And while she's saying this, we see like this janitor is like trying to get Sam's attention, being like whistling kind of, and like, hey,
yeah,
like, really obviously. And Sam goes up to him and is like, yeah. He's like, you're a cop? He's like, yeah, I'm a fed. And that he's investigating the crazy deaths, and he's like, you got something to share? He's like, look, not now, too many eyes. Come back after closing. It's like, okay. I know you need something to do in your life.
Yeah.
Janitor man. I want to call him Fred, but I don't know why. I think his name's Saul, actually.
Yeah,
there you go.
I think that's
right. So we're back in the motel. Dean has some food with like the chopstick sticking out, which is actually a really clever way to hold them if they're not wrapped up. Like, just to have them like on the side like that. I was like, oh, that's actually pretty good.
In the UK, we don't get Chinese food in those boxes.
No, it's a very American thing.
Yeah, they come in just little plastic Tupperware instead, which are useful because you can wash them and reuse the boxes.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I do enjoy eating the rice out of those.
Yeah, that's
little containers. Dean says, so what's the lowdown in Trauma Town? It's a great line.
Yep. Kind of want on a t-shirt, just generally. It's quite good.
Yeah. So neither of the parents are weren't parents of the year. Kelly's dad skipped her birthday. Billy's pulled one of those dick parent scenes that makes everyone cringe. And he puts down like some of the placemats that you're taking. And Dean's like, well, what the hell are these?
Kid therapy. You draw your worst nightmare, poof, Plucky fixes it. They hang them up on this big wall.
I can't argue with this. Leprechauns are deadly.
Leprechauns is a movie with like Jennifer Aniston in it.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah. Sam explains that the two are missing, Billy's and Kelly's are missing, so they don't know like what they drew.
Yeah.
But because Dean has spoken to Billy, he's like, close but no Seabiscuit. So I went to go see him and had a little chat, and he drew this for me, and he holds up a picture of a unicorn stabbing some guy through the chest.
Yeah.
Exactly like his dad, how his dad died.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam even says, so now unicorns are evil? It's like, yeah, obviously. But what horror movie is that in? Because we've seen evil cars, we've seen evil leprechauns.
I don't know, there must be an evil unicorn movie. There is one that's coming out like this year, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with Jenny Ortega, right?
Yeah.
I think it's already out. Did it already come out?
It probably already came out, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. I kind of want to watch it.
I'll watch it when it's free. Or on streaming. And then now they're like, well, how did the sketch come off the page and kill Billy's dad? You know, how's any of this happening? We don't know. And we don't have our researcher to help us.
Yeah.
We then go back to the magical menagerie and they're closing up for the night and the janitor comes by and says, all right, I guess I'm hanging out. And the manager's like, oh, hang on, someone threw up in the ball pit. It's going to need a full sanitization. Do that and you can clock out. And I was just like, yeah, this is why you don't ever go in ball pits.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they're unhygienic and disgusting. Don't do it. So we can cut to the janitor who is sucking up all the balls.
Yeah.
And suddenly like something passed by his leg and he's like, what's that? He lifts up his hand and he's got blood on it. Mm-hmm. And essentially he gets attacked by a shark.
In the ball
pit. His ball pit.
The only thing I feel like was missing from this, and I was kind of expecting to do it, is like once he gets dragged under and it has that like long shot of just the like empty ball pit, I fully expect them to just have like a fin come out.
I know that they never show, I guess because it's too much to like, it would have to be a practical effect, and for whatever reason they didn't do that, even though it's like probably one of the easier effects to do.
Super easy, just like a polystyrene fin and just be like, man, yeah, it would have been great. I would have loved to have seen that
because they're already moving the balls around,
right? So
you just shove a fin. Okay, that was not quite the wording to use, but you know,
it's fine. The guy who got eaten by a shark did good acting. I thought he was being eaten by a shark in the ball pit. So
yeah.
good job, janitor man.
Exactly. So they pull up to, so Sam and Dean pull up to the menagerie, and I guess I'm not sure why they were going to go back there.
To meet the janitor.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I forgot. And so they're surprised to see the whole bunch of police there. And as the janitor's being wheeled out, Dean stops the paramedic. I love the fact that they kept this paramedic on screen.
Yeah.
While they're looking at the body. Like, he's just there in the corner, like, just trying not... Like, they're having this whole conversation. Yeah. He's just trying not to listen to them. And I'm just like... What?
Because they make these like jokes and stuff, and yeah, he's just stood there like, what are these guys doing?
Yeah, try not to look at the camera down the lens, like looking anywhere but. It made me laugh.
Oh, what a choice.
Yeah, the manager had found the body. There was blood everywhere. Dean was asking if there was a theory, and Sam says,
yeah, they think the ball washer did it.
The what?
The ball washer.
The what?
The ball.
He gets it. He's just tell him to say ball washer over and over again. And he then lifts a sheet to show Sam the like bite marks of the shark. And Dean says, judging from the radio, so say a 20-footer at least. And Sam like looks at him and is like, Shark Week, man. How'd you not watch that? And I was like, before like Dean's response, I even said Shark Week.
Yeah. Dean so watches Shark Week. Like, that's fully, yeah, I can believe it.
Yeah, I can believe it too. So they are looking at the placemat wall, and Omar Cooper's is gone missing, and they're like, how much you want to bet that little Omar was afraid of sharks? Mm-hmm. But like, how is this related to the janitor? They don't really know. But Saul, his name is Saul, wanted to tell him something, and so now they're just like, it isn't just about parents, it can be anybody.
Yeah,
they're just looking for somebody who's using childhood fears at will. It says, watch out, evil lunch ladies. They decide to like comb the place to see if it's ghosts, but There's nothing. It's the daytime when we're back with Libby and Tyler, the little boy, her son. And she says that, you're going to have to take the bus from here. And he's like, but I thought, it's like, I can't, I'm sorry, I'm already late. And she hands him some change to get on the bus, tells him to stay out of trouble. And as Tyler gets out of the car, it pans to like this drawing pad, and it's got like a giant robot with laser beams coming out of it.
I'm so disappointed that we never got to see this giant robot with laser beams.
Are you though? It could be the same as the like why we never saw a dragon, because it couldn't do it.
So true. Or like it should have been like a super lame like small toy robot that like shoots laser beams at people, and the laser beams are really powerful despite being a tiny wind up robot. But
the thing is, so they're doing it the same scale that they're drawing, so it had to be...
Yeah, fine.
I mean, who's to say that it has to be on screen?
Yeah, exactly. We could have just had like a robot foot. So we go back to the garage where Sam still gets like ass beat by clowns. The timestamp says now. He gets like thrown through the windshield of the pickup truck that's in there, and the clowns laugh at him. One of them picks him up, they kick him. Like, oh yeah, Sam manages to grab a tire iron, which is not a bad shout because like they could be ghosts. You don't know they're not ghosts.
Yeah.
And he manages to like hit one of the clowns down. But then he goes to hit the other one and it just sort of dodges, and then uses his like flower water spray to like shoot him in the face. And then the other clown's like juggling some knives or something. Like it's crazy. It's like, it's just ridiculous, and I love it so much.
Yep.
So we go back to the motel room. The timestamp now says like 4.5 hours earlier. And they're trying to figure out what it is. They're like suggesting like a tulpa. I'm like, no, the killings are too spread out. Like an angel. It's like too imaginative. Why would you think that? You know Gabriel.
But they think Gabriel's dead.
And also he's a bit of an outlier, I guess, too. Like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So like, we don't know. We don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely going on at Plucky's though. But they didn't find anything when they went around with their EMF meters. So Sam says, I can go back, like go to the employees, maybe dig up some dirt. But Dean's like, what are they going to do? Like, they think you're a Fed. The one guy who was going to rat, he got bruised. If anyone knows anything, they're not going to tell you.
Is that a reference to Jaws?
I assume so. I have never watched Jaws. I have no desire to.
I haven't either.
My favourite shark movie is Deep Blue Sea. It's the best one.
I haven't watched any of the shark movies.
Oh, you have to watch that one because it's so funny.
Actually, that's a lie. I think I've watched Meg.
Meg is quite good too. But honestly, if you want to watch like quite a decent shark scary movie, Deep Blue Sea has some just real good moments. There's a moment where a shark turns on an oven. That's all I'm going to say. It's great. Like, it's scary. I've watched it multiple times. It's my favourite shark movie. And like the people you think are going to survive, like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all.
So I do know the classic scene. I've seen that many a time.
Yeah. But yeah, you think, these people are going to survive, and they don't. And then people, other people do. Watch it. It's good. So basically, Sam decides that this is the plan they're doing, despite Dean saying that it's a bad plan. And he's like, I'll go back, play bad cop, really lean into them. He does do that, to be fair.
I think it's just like his way to get out his frustration at this place.
I think so too. Like he hates the place, he hates the clowns. Anybody who works there is just gonna get it.
Gonna get it, yep.
And Sam's like, you're gonna watch them, and Dean asks what his cover's gonna be because he's just gonna be in the place. And he's like, Sam says, I don't know, just act normal. And he's like, yeah, okay. The guy in his 30s hanging out with Plucky's alone. That's normal and not pervy at all.
Yep.
So back at Plucky Pennywhistle's, the manager Jean is like talking to other people like, it's fine, I've roped it off, like the ball pit, like it's Everyone's aware. So they're still open despite there being like a bloodbath in the ball pit, which is like so realistic, I feel.
Yep.
So Sam turns up and she's like, I know why you're here. And he's just like, how's business? She says, not even a grim flipping death can slow down the birthday fun. We roped off the ball pit until corporate can get here. I can't believe that the machine fritzed and did Saul in like that. So Sam asks to talk to some employees, and she's like, so like who? And he's like you.
You.
Sam is kind of terrible at being a bad cop, I feel.
Yeah.
I love this whole bit of him like interrogating people, because it's like he watched a movie once about how to interrogate people and just going off that.
Yep. Yeah. That's exactly what he's done.
Yeah, it is. Do you think he would have got, I don't know, I still maintain like, lawyer situation. He could have got better over time, but like, he's not.
Yes, yeah. No, right now. And like, I guess Dean has usually been the one that has been like bad cop.
That's true too. Yeah, Sam's the
Dean
empathetic
has a more
puppy one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there's this whole side quest that Dean goes on to like get a massive rainbow slinky that he notices behind the counter, because he goes up and asks like, how much can you pay for it? And the guy's like, no, you need tickets. Oh, it's Howard again.
Yeah.
He's like, you have to only tickets won through hard work and determination. Dean says to him, you mainline the Kool-Aid, huh? And he laughs at him and says it's Double Ticket Tuesday. And then as a boy walks up to the counter, he's like, howdy, friend. He's very corporate.
Very into it. Yeah.
I feel like that's a lie. I think you can just go and like buy stuff from the ticket place.
Yeah, you can. Absolutely.
You absolutely can do that.
But this guy is so into the place that he's like, no, you must have this.
That's so true. They've changed tickets, man. Like the last time I went to an arcade, they still give like physical tickets, but now instead of handing over the like wad of tickets, you have to feed them into a machine that like counts them for you and then gives you like a receipt that just says how many tickets you had. And I just feel like that's more boring.
Yeah, a lot of the places I've gone, you don't even get tickets. You have like a card that you use to pay for stuff, and then the tickets get put onto that card.
That's super sad. I miss the physical tickets. They're already paper,
Mm-hmm.
So Sam's interrogating the manager. He's like, where were you? So she's like, I was here. I was at the counter. There's a security camera. Like they already looked at it. She said she didn't hear anything apart from the ball blaster. She's like, if I had, I would have run in. And then she explains that she's like new to the job. Like she just got promoted a couple of weeks ago. And when Sam asked if there was a lot of competition, she's like, I guess it comes with benefits. The bosses had us all write essays on how we would do our best for the kids, and they picked me. And she says, don't be shocked, I did 2 specials at college. And then she's like, I'm not in any kind of trouble, am I? And he says, I don't know, why don't you tell me? I love that. And she's like, I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. And I mean, it's not as if I ever do anything illegal. And he's like, sure you wouldn't. I love the bad cop Sam. Amazing.
Yeah.
Dean goes and plays skee-ball. You feel like he'd be better at it than he actually is, but then I think he is. It's really confusing to me, this scene, because surely he's trying to get tickets, and he's only getting it in the like 31. But then when he walks away from the machine, he like very casually just gets it in the 100. Anyway,
I don't know.
So while he's playing skee-ball, he noticed the manager Jean come out of the break room, and he like tails her out doing the ball toss, as I said. And he doesn't even get the tickets that come out for doing that.
Right, you missed out.
You missed out big time, just So he sees her go out of the door, and she like lights up a joint.
Which is where she's like, oh, never do anything illegal.
Yep. So Sam gets a call from Dean, and he's like, it's not her. She's clearly just stressed. He's now interviewing Howard, and Howard's like,
special agent? Wow. I want you to know, sir, that I really appreciate what you do. And
Quiet.
I back out on this, like the game floor. There's like a boy just feeding balls into the skee-ball machine. And the other kid, Tyler, is like, stop cheating. And Dean's like, yeah, knock it off. And they both say in unison, like, jackass. So they're now best friends.
It's Ben 2.0.
I thought that too. Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
So Tyler goes back over to his table and his mum has put like a piece of pizza down for him. And he's like, I don't want it. He's like, it sucks. And she just sort of walks away and leaves him with it. He continues working on the placemat that he's drawing on, presumably the like worst fear one.
Yeah.
This is when Dean comes up and says like, why don't you cut her some slack? She's working really hard. Tyler asks, why do you care? And Dean says, because I've been where you are. John mentioned, wee woo.
Yep.
And he asks, your mum made you camp at the stupid Pluckies after school? And Dean says, no, my dad, he hauled me places. Besides, he's working a tough gig. And like he nods over to her and she's like literally on her hands and needs like cleaning something up. He says, she's exhausted. You should take pity on the old. And hey, free grub. Tyler says that the pizza tastes like butt. And Dean's like, it can't be that bad. And he takes like the biggest bite of this kid's one slice of pizza that he has, and then spits it back onto his plate, which Tyler thinks is hilarious.
Yeah.
He's like, this is butt.
What I think is so funny is that he puts it back down like in front of the kid. Like, what is he going to do with that? Like, if his mum comes back round and says, why am you eating that? Is he going to say like, oh, some random man just took a bite out of this pizza? Like,
that's so true. Like, what the heck? Yeah. Yeah. I know I said it was a John mention, but also like Dean was the one that like dumped Sam at Plucky Pennywhistles. So I feel like he's also saying like, hey, I was trying my best too.
Which, I mean, to be fair, like he was, because he was also a child.
Exactly. He absolutely was. I'm not blaming him, but it definitely was. He was equating that with his situation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So as Dean puts his plate down, he noticed Tyler's drawing, which is a robot with red beams coming out of his eyes. And he's like, are you scared of robots? And Tyler just says, they have laser eyes. And Dean's like, yes. So Howard comes back out of the interrogation in the background of this scene. And we see a kid come up to him and he's like, howdy friend, what's your name? And he's like, hi. And as he's doing this, Dean takes out his phone. And he just texts Sam like, nope, like it's not him. Yeah. Sam's now interrogating the lion mascot. And he's just like, lose the head. And it's this guy with like long hair. He looks really young and just like greasy because he's been a lion head all day. And Sam just starts off saying like, why'd you do it?
He's like, he's got to the point where he just doesn't care anymore.
Yeah.
I got rights. You can't. I'm the federal government, pal. I can do whatever I want. Okay.
The guy agrees to talk and then just like books it out of the room. And you hear Sam shout, Dean!
Yep.
They run after him, but like Sam gets blocked by a clown for a second, so he doesn't quite get there before Dean. And as they go outside and go around a corner, they manage to grab him. Like Dean grabs his tail first off and like comes off. So like chucks it. And then Dean like tackles this guy, but they go flying. Like, flying.
I don't even know. Like, that was like a Superman leap. Yeah. I don't know what that was.
Why is there just a bunch of old tires at the back of this place for them to like land in? Honestly. I knew that was the stunt guy that landed. Like, I don't think he looked enough like Jensen.
No.
In that moment. So yeah, they grab him. And this guy is like, if this is about the meth lab that fireballed in Butte, it wasn't me. It was my brother, and we've got the same fingerprint.
I love that he holds up his like hands here, which is still covered in the paws, and like wiggles his fingers.
And he's like, please, this is the best job I've ever had. Like, my guy. And Dean just straight up says, like, you're not using kids' nightmares to smoke people, are you? And he says, I don't think so. The guy's like, what's going on? Dean says, I don't care if you broke bad. Whatever. There's something seriously weird going on here. And he's like, do you mean the sub-basement? And they're like, the sub-basement? So clearly they didn't find it while they were like casing the place before.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, you know, me and Saul used to come in and like shroom. He's like, you ever shroom in a ball pit? So like basically all the employees here are like either on drugs or like, and then they make sure it's like all are apart from Howard, presumably.
And Libby, probably.
And Libby, yeah, that's right as well.
Well, because they're all like, so I feel like Libby and Howard are like the oldest ones there, and everybody else is like early 20s.
Yeah, places like that would have really high turnover of staff, right?
Yeah.
So Cliff says, you know, it was just Saul and him, but like sometimes they heard spooky stuff through the vents coming up from the boiler room. Okay, cool. That's definitely it.
Mm-hmm.
We see Libby coming back, and she grabs Tyler and they leave. But he's really upset because he's saying that someone stole his picture. And she's just like, just draw another one. You know, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Tyler sort of sees Dean and sort of gives him a look as he walks out. Because of that, Tyler like apologizes to her and she looks kind of surprised. And he's like, you know, it's fine. The placemat sucked anyway. So as they leave, they look at like, you know, Dean notices the blank placemat. So he explains to Sam, you know, his placemat's missing and his mother was getting angry at him. So they think that she's going to be the next victim.
Yeah.
So they're like, you know, we got to check the boiler room now to see what's going on down there.
Dean, any idea what he drew?
Robot.
Robot?
Yeah, that's the size of a house. Shoots destructo beams out of its eyes.
At least I'll see it coming.
So they go to the boiler room. Well, Dean goes to the boiler room. Sam's going to go find the robot.
Yeah.
And like in the middle of this boiler room is just a big like cauldron of fire.
And I was thinking, this is the reason why Howard is a bit, you know, loose with the morals, is because, you know, he's been smoking like carbon monoxide poisoning. Anybody?
100%. You're so right. It's made him go loopy. And that's why he's killing people with children's drawings.
Yep. I've been catching up on 911. I know about carbon monoxide poisoning.
My favorite ever like internet story is like there's a guy on Reddit who was talking about how these random post-it notes were like appearing around his house with notes on. It's like, I live alone, like I don't understand. And someone in the comments literally was like, have you checked your carbon monoxide detector? And it turns out, yeah, it was totally leaking, and he was like basically delirious, sending notes to himself on post-its around his house. And they said they really saved him from getting carbon monoxide poisoning and dying because of the internet.
Yeah, well,
it's quite a good story because it's like over a few threads of like weirder and weirder things happen to this guy, and then like him realizing that he's actually got carbon monoxide poisoning. So Dean sees a big cauldron of fire and he's like, that's perfectly normal. There's loads of stuff on the walls. There's like kids' drawings. There's like a photograph of two boys with a birthday cake. One that says like happy birthday, Howard. There's some dolls on a table with the spell book as well. And then there's Tyler's placemat with the robot. Dean turns around and like Howard's there with a gun just saying like, drop it. Which is Dean's gun that he's referring to because he's obviously got that out as well. He asks him to like kick it over and Dean does it. And Dean's just like being his typical self is like, serious, heavy hoodoo you got here. But as far as I know, none of these things can poop out a unicorn. And he explains like basically the power comes from the fear of the children. It adds like mojo to his spells.
Right.
So they put it in the fire and they come to life. And Howard says, I got to get something off the parent too, something they own, and that gets a bit tricky. So there's like two components to this. There's the children's drawing and then something of the victim that he needs to throw into the fire.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he's very like upset, Howard. The guy who plays him has really good facial expressions. Like I feel the way his mouth draws down is just like, yeah, it was really good.
Really expressive, and like his voice as well. It's just it all lends into this like this character.
He's almost like a clown himself. I feel like clown mannerisms. Like you could imagine him with like the face paint on and stuff. And I think that's partly why he was chosen for this role. I think quite good. So he's explained that he's just doing what he needs to do. And he's like, okay, I get it. And he like throws a book at him. Like Dean throws a book at Howard. But he doesn't drop his gun. But it gives Dean time to rip up the robot placemat. And he's just like, haha, no drawing, no Iron Giant. And Howard says,
that B word is still on the list, but not tonight. Bigger fish.
Which is funny because Sam is like, huge.
Yep.
And Dean's like, you're going to shoot me, Howard? You really want a body on your hands, blood everywhere. And he's just like, shut up. I've got lots of ways to take care of bullies. That FBI guy, he's your pal. I saw you chase Cliff down. And then 5 minutes ago, his business card was torched along with something from my personal collection. He's like, I picked something real special for him too.
Mm-hmm.
So outside of Libby's house, Sam is there. And we just hear Howard's voice over the picture of Sam saying, like, as soon as I saw him, I noticed he was staring at every little Plucky like it was going to stab him or something. And then Sam gets out of the Jeep, a clown appears, and he's like, he's like, guys got a real thing about clowns. And then they're like, the clown advances on him. To be fair, these type of clowns are the scariest, especially when they like mess up their teeth. It's very hot, like Halloween clown.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But so like these kind of like regular clowns, I feel like are more intimidating than like actual scary clowns, because scary clowns are trying to be scary.
That's true.
Whereas like normal clowns are just trying to be funny, but they're not.
Yeah. Again, I think it's just the physicality of them coming close to you and doing tricks and things. It's the same reason, like, I really like magic, okay? I quite enjoy a magician. I went to a party recently where they had like a close-up magician who like comes over to your table and stuff. And it was really enjoyable, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't know how to react in this situation. I think that's part of it. Yeah. I was talking about this the other day because I was watching Grey's Anatomy. This is probably giving away that this is filmed because that's only come out recently. And there's a wedding, and for their vows, the guy is playing a song on the guitar. And I was like, I can't think of anything worse. Because what do you do while someone is singing at you like that? Where do you look? What facial expression do you make?
Like, especially in front of a room full of people. No. Too much of a performance.
It's too much. And it's the same thing with like people who do, like entertainers who come close to you in those situations. I'm like, I don't know what face I need to make. I don't know what appropriate level of laughter is allowed. I don't know how to react in this situation. And it makes me incredibly uncomfortable.
Like I cannot, like, how do I act normal and what is normal in this present tense of time?
Exactly. How do you rehearse for a situation like this? Because you don't know what they're going to do next.
Yes. No.
I don't like it. That's my issue.
I don't mind. I will watch the entertainment. I do not want to be part of the entertainment.
Exactly. Because I haven't practiced the facial expressions to be part of this entertainment. Anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it now says that on the timestamp, right friggin' now.
Not that.
And it goes back to the beginning of the fight sequence between him and all the clowns, like when he gets into the garage. Because you see the same thing of him getting like jumped by the second clown and like them starting to like beat him up.
Mm-hmm.
It then goes back to the sub-basement or the boiler room with Dean and Howard. And Dean's noticed these like hand-painted dolls, and he's like, oh, really nice dolls you got. Did you paint them yourself? Howard's like, well, Plucky helps kids, it's all I've ever wanted to do. And when the management slot opened up, but they passed me over. It's like, yeah, because you're like a weird guy. It's like
you probably would have been good as a manager there. I do feel for the guy because, like you said, him and Libby are clearly like the older members of staff there, and then to get someone who's only been there for a couple of weeks to come in and like be promoted as manager. I mean, I'm not saying it's like murder worthy, but I can understand the frustration.
But here's the thing. He's one of those people who thinks he knows best about everything. So they want, like, corporate wants somebody to implement their plans.
Yeah, so true.
He's going to want to be doing stuff on his own. And they don't want somebody like that.
You're so right. Yeah. I'm not saying he deserved the job. I'm just saying I understand why he's annoyed.
Yeah. That's why you quit, go to school, or you stay, go to school.
Yeah.
And actually do something to help children. You know? And Howard goes on saying, I told them no one cares more than me. Yeah. Dean sort of sets the clown down, but not really. He then like puts it in his back pocket. Mm-hmm. Like really not subtle at all. I don't understand how getting rid of somebody's parent would help the children overall. Even so, Dean points that out.
Yeah. He has a backstory though, right? Which maybe explains some of it.
It does, but it doesn't. Like, so getting rid of Libby, who's clearly a single mother, helps the kid how?
Yeah, but he blames his parents for like a tragedy that happened to him, and he thinks if they've been better parents or they've not been there, the tragedy wouldn't have happened. It's like skewed thinking. So he like genuinely thinks that like unless he does something bad might happen to these kids.
I see. Yeah. Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Criminal Minds recently, so I mean, I'm basically just a member of the BAE at this point.
Of course, yes. Aren't we all? Like, I'm a member of the firefighter team right now.
Right, exactly. Like, I could fight a fire.
Yeah. I could be a paramedic. It's easy. Just shove my hand into someone's chest. It's fine. I could do a tracheotomy in a restaurant.
The thing is, like, you watch it enough on TV and, like, in a situation, like, could I? And you're like, absolutely not. No, I couldn't.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, get a reality check.
I could probably call 911. That is probably the most I could do. Or emergency services.
I am a certified first aider, so I can perform CPR, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I never want to.
No. Don't have an emergency around me.
No emergencies. I don't want to ever use like a surgery. I could do it. Like exactly. I could do a cut finger. You know.
Yeah, I could do that.
I could put
but that's not an emergency. I'm thinking like losing it anyway. So Howard says, "I'm doing it my way." And Dean's like, "So let me get this straight. You didn't get the good parking space, so you're dropping bodies." It's like those parents were horrible. They deserve what they got. He says, "What about Saul?" And so Saul had a big mouth. So like he's justifying his killing. And no.
He's just a serial killer, you know? But it's okay.
Yeah. Using children's fears. Mm-hmm. So it cuts back to Sam and he's still getting beat up. Yeah. And he gets sprayed with seltzer water from the jacket. Mm-hmm. You see that again. It then cuts back to the boiler room and Dean's asked, so some guy hits on the babysitter, all of a sudden he's the world's worst dad.
A good parent puts his kids first.
And having a little girl watch her pop get ganked by the closet monster, that's putting her first.
In the long run, they'll all be better off.
No, not really. This is where it's like revealed that like, I would have been better off if my parents weren't around. And so in the boiler room, there's other fears that have been drawn, and it's clearly been Howard, and it's like multiple of somebody drowning. Mm-hmm. And so Dean clocks that, so your brother, what happened to him? He says, it's not my fault, it's theirs. Mm-hmm. Is he the older brother? I think he's the older brother, right?
He is, yeah. He's
Howard.
Like a Dean equivalent, yeah. Again, we see Sam get hit, like thrown into the windshield. They've reused all of this. They have, padding the episode out.
Yeah, exactly. So Dean's like, again, picking up on the story, says, looks to me like he drowned. And so I was screaming, but my folks, they didn't listen. They never listened. And Dean's saying it was an accident. And they said, they let him die. Mm-hmm. Again, tire iron. And there was one really cool shot where Sam gets the tire iron and hits one of them in the face and like glitter comes out along with a tooth. I really liked that.
I thought it was super cheesy, but
but it was good. I don't know. Yeah. I kind of liked it. So, I mean, Dean is taking advantage of Howard monologuing because he's clearly collecting stuff for something. Because he takes one of the pictures down And he's like, I bet you still have nightmares. In fact, I bet you haven't been in the water since. And he's like, shut up. It's like, because you're afraid. And then he takes the doll out of his pocket, throws it into the fire with the picture.
Yeah.
And like Howard's like, no. And as he walks towards the cauldron of flames, a little boy appears. It's like soaked in water. And he's trying to explain to the young boy, like, it wasn't my fault. I'm so sorry. And Howard just has shot at Dean, but completely missed him because he's clearly not one to get his hands dirty.
Yeah, absolutely true.
So he misses. Dean stands up, and the boy reaches for Howard and like grabs his hand, and you see Howard like fall to his knees, and water starts gurgling out of his mouth from where he's being drowned. It's actually really quite disturbing.
Yeah, it's like the close-ups on his mouth that they do. It is, yeah. I thought it was quite, considering this is a quite light-hearted episode, I was like, this is kind of messed up.
Yeah, really messed up. And then we cut to Sam in this final little bit, and the two clowns are running at him, and then they explode into glitter, covering Sam everywhere. And he's just, and he like spits glitter out of his mouth. It's just like...
I don't think that was scripted. I think they did just like douse him in glitter and it got in his mouth, and I think they cut that in because it's so good.
It is, yeah.
So yeah, this last scene is my favorite scene of the episode, I will say.
Yes.
It's very the energy that Sam walks up, like, so Dean's outside leaning on the car that they have. Sam pulls up in his Jeep, he gets out. The energy that he has is the same energy as he's like when he's like, I lost my shoe.
Yes.
That like just
Bad Day at Black Rock, right?
Yeah. On Bad Day at Black Rock. Yeah. Like the hands, he's just like, look at me. And he's just like, let's go. And he knows, because Dean is literally there like, oh my god. His face to his hand, like, hand to his face.
He can't hold it.
Yeah. And Sam's just like, go ahead, say it. And like, Sam knows, so he is in on this joke. Like, he is smiling as well. Dean says,
I'm sorry. I mean, you look like you got attacked by some PCP crazy strippers.
But he can't even get the line out.
Yeah. He like barely gets that out, right? He's just like, yeah. And Sam's like, one of them sprayed me with seltzer from his flower, and Dean's just like absolutely loses it. I love it so much. I love seeing Dean laugh. It's so good.
Yeah.
And Sam looks like surprised but pleased at Dean laughing. Like, he's been real down these last few episodes, so it's really nice to see him like just have joy in his heart at seeing his brother get wrecked by clown.
Well, here's the thing, like, you know, Frank's advice was, you know, if you're gonna have to fake it, like, just put a smile on even if you don't feel it. And like, he's actually finding it funny, so it's like, it's just a break from what's happening.
And Sam must see the difference, like the genuine laughter between like the fake laughter that he's been doing recently. And Sam's even like, come on, carry on, like, you laugh it up, man. And Dean does say sorry. He's like, I'm sorry for psychologically scarring you. And Sam says, which time? He's like, shut up, you know, ditching you when we were kids, like, that was a dick move. And, you know, the whole clown thing. And Sam just like lets it go. He's like,
You know what, man, honestly, getting my ass kicked by those juggalos tonight was therapeutic.
Juggalo mention brings back
God.
finale flashbacks. So Dean's like, you know, you faced your fear. And he says, exactly. What else could a clown possibly do to me? Like, I feel good. And then he's like, to celebrate. And Sam pulls out like a giant slinky out the Jeep. And he's like really adamant of like, here, because he's like, no. And he's like, yes. He's like, we earned this. And he's like pointing at it. Like, we earned this. So we definitely stole it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I like that he's like, we. And just cut to them later in the motel room, like each holding an end of the slinky, like, like waving at
absolutely. And then it like breaks immediately.
Or like we should have had them to like cutting to them on like a roof, like making it like slinky down a roof or something. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
It would have been amazing.
Yeah.
So Dean walks over to the driver's side of the car and he's like, oh, I got you something too, actually. And there's this like plucky clown doll and he hands it to Sam. And Sam's just like, what? Dean says, what, you said you were over it? You can think of it as a clown phobia sobriety chip. So great. But as they drive off, we see on the floor behind the car, Sam's like throwing the doll. But like as they drive away, the clown winks at the audience and like does like a laugh, which is entirely unnecessary. But yeah, good wrap up. I love that last scene. I think it's so fun because we haven't got to see them real mess around with each other for ages, I feel.
Yeah, we need the prank wars back.
Yeah, like it does add to their brotherly demeanor. Them just messing with each other. I know everything's sad, but I like more pranking.
Yeah, it was a fun, easy watch, and just like this definitely felt like a reaction to season 6.
Yeah, as in like
this is early Supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go. This is for you, kind of thing.
100%. It was just good. It was fun, and we needed it. I think this season's been really dark, so yeah.
And I mean, there isn't really much else there. I mean, there's no character development. There's no story forwarding. It's just a fun episode.
Yeah, I liked it. It was a good episode. And the next episode is maybe less fun. It's a Ben Edlund episode. It's called Repo
I think it's also
Man. I
think it's also a plot episode because Lucifer's back.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and it's called Repo Man, and I don't remember it. I'm looking through what happens in it, and I'm like, I have no recollection of this. So it'd be an interesting watch, and it'd be good to get back into the plot because we only have about 10 episodes left of the season.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe less.
I guess we'll start to see Sam start to break more because we're getting to the point where things are going to suddenly ramp up real quick.
Oh yeah.
Like real quick. Like I'm sure next episode they're going to figure out everything how to do with Leviathan, and it's just going to be non-stop, or it's not. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see.
Actually, come to think of it, no, we won't. Because no, we're gonna like ramp up, stop, drop off, and roller coaster. We're going on a roller coaster.
We're going on a roller coaster. It's all good. But yeah, I super enjoyed this. I would watch this one again, and I remembered everything about this episode, like watching it.
Yeah,
I've watched this one many times, so good.
I don't know why I've watched this so many times though. Like it's a good episode, that's why, but like I don't know why it became one of those like a comfort episode.
Yeah, it just is. I think it's because it is like really early seasons vibe. Filler episode. It's just a simple monster of the week. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so with the end of the episode, we'd like to thank the Pixel Agora for his wonderful logo art for our podcast. If you'd like to purchase that logo art, it's available on Redbubble. So go check it out. Maybe get it as a coaster for your mug of tea or coffee, which you could also have in an Escaping Purgatory mug. Look, there we go. Full combo.
There you go.
If you'd like to come talk to us about your fear of clowns, you can find us on all the social media. We are Escaping Purgatory Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, something else, Ko-fi, but we are just Escaping Podcast on Bluesky. So yeah, come say hi.
Yes. So this week, we faced our fear finally from our childhood, and they've turned into a hear me out, which is a whole other thing. Hopefully next week we can find our way out.
Bye.
Bye.